Earthquake in Washington. The Commanders' revolution is in full swing and could explode at any moment. Got an elite guard from Los Angeles is one step away from securing our future for less than you imagine, while a powerful college running back is begging to come to D.C. with his 1,500 yards per season. As if that weren't enough. A former Cowboy has already signed to get revenge on Dallas, and rumors are blazing about a six-time Pro Bowler who will complete the deadliest arsenal in the NFC. The window for the Super Bowl is opening. Are we witnessing the birth of a dynasty? Subscribe now so you don't miss a single detail of the transformation that has the entire league terrified. Are we ready to talk about a move that could change everything on Washington's offensive line? Because I am. And I'm going to tell you why Adam Peters must call the Chargers about guard Zion Johnson right now. Think it's an exaggeration? Listen. Up first, get the numbers out. Since entering the NFL in 2022, Johnson has played 1,000 offensive snaps each season and started 49 out of 51 possible games. 49. How many players in Washington can boast that consistency? I'll tell you, FE double. And although his run blocking dropped in 2023, in 2024 it bounced back to 63.5 according to PFF. He's not all pro, but you know what else PFF says? That the Chargers might let him go. Why? Because they signed Mekhi Becton, Andre James, and have Bradley Bozeman. That's overcrowding, folks. And here comes the question of the century. What does Washington lose? According to Spotrick, acquiring him would cost less than $3 million against the salary cap. $3 million for a first-rounder who hasn't even turned 26 yet. It's a bargain. If the Chargers don't exercise his fifth-year option, and all signs point to nitrogen monoxide, Adam Peters could steal a player hungry for revenge. Think it's not worth it? I'm telling you it is. Now, let's think about our offensive line. We have Jaden Daniels, the future of the franchise, but what good is a star quarterback if he's crushed like an egg? Exactly. We need protection, and Johnson has improved his pass blocking every year. Yes, in 2024, he allowed 4 sacks, but compared to the 11 allowed by Sam Cosmi in 2023, it's a monumental improvement. But watch out, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. Johnson has been mediocre? That's what PFF says. But I ask you, mediocre in Los Angeles, or mediocre in a system that doesn't know how to use him? Washington has line coach Juan Castillo, a veteran who revived careers like Andrew Norwell's. Think he can't do the same with Johnson? And here is my final argument. If the Commanders don't move, another team will. Baltimore, Miami, even the Cowboys might jump in. Adam Peters has the chance to buy low and sell high. How many times have we seen a player leave to succeed elsewhere? Cough Brandon Scherf cough. So, Commanders, I ask you, would you bet on Zion Johnson? Do you think he's the missing piece or just another risky project? Is Taj Brooks the secret weapon the Commanders need in the draft? Let me tell you why this is more than just a rumor. What's up, Commanders family? Ready for me to hit you with the truth like a Jaden Daniels pass on 3rd and long? Because today there's no time for beating around the bush. I've got a bombshell that's echoing through the NFL. Taj Brooks, the Texas Tech star, just sent a direct signal to Washington. What does this mean? Let's get to the core. First, who is Taj Brooks? Let me enlighten you. This guy isn't just any prospect. In his last 2 college seasons, he racked up over 1,500 rushing yards each, adding 28 touchdowns. And he doesn't even flinch at contact. You know what that tells me. He's a bull with eagle vision. Now, I ask you, who wouldn't want that ferocity in the Commanders' backfield? But here's the twist. Brooks isn't just about numbers. On the Up and Adams show, he dropped the bomb. I'd be an asset. It's an explosive offense, plus the Texas Tech connection with Cliff Kingsbury and Anthony Lynn. Hear that? Is he practically begging Adam Peters to pick him? I'm telling you, the chemistry is already brewing, but wait. It's not all sunshine and rainbows. The problem? His speed, 4.52 in the 40-yard dash. In a league where our beasts fly like Lightning McQueen. Now, I ask you, does it really matter if he has the vision and guts to turn 3rd and 1 into 6 points? Of course not. Remember, Terrell. Pryor wasn't Usain Bolt, and he still shredded defenses. But here comes the dilemma. Washington only has 5 picks in the draft, and Adam Peters has already made moves like a shark. Lattimore, Samuel, Tunsil, top veterans. So why risk it on an RB when the team seems ready to win now? I'll tell you why. Because even with Robinson Jr., Eckler, and company, how many of them have Brooks' determination? This guy rises in clutch moments, something Washington needs if they want to break through in the playoffs. Now, the real debate: should Peters invest in Brooks or prioritize other needs? Look, if Brooks falls to the 3rd round, as some experts project, it will be a steal. But what if another team snags him first? I'll tell you something. His warrior attitude is worth more than a second shaved off the 40. And here's my raw opinion. Like a lineman's tackle, Washington should give him a shot. Brooks would not only bring that physical punch sometimes, lacking, but his connection with Kingsbury could unlock new layers in the offense. Imagine it. Daniels throwing to Samuel or Dotson with Brooks as a dual threat in the backfield. Defenses would go crazy. But now I ask you, what would you do? Spend a pick on Brooks to add depth to the backfield? Or would you prefer to reinforce the defensive line or the receiving cores? Did you think Washington's roster was complete? Think again. Who did the Commanders just sign to give Jaden Daniels more firepower? None other than former Cowboys receiver Michael Gallup. Is this a brilliant move or a shot in the dark? I'll tell you right now. Remember Gallup in 2019? 66 receptions, 1,107 yards, 6 touchdowns. A beast. But after the knee injury in 2021, he faded away. In Dallas, he went from the next big WR to is he who I thought he was? Now, I ask you, is Washington giving him a resurrection chance or just collecting names? Hey, don't underestimate this signing. Gallup doesn't have to be WR1 or WR2 anymore. Terry McLaurin and Deebo Samuel are going to crush secondaries, and this allows Gallup to be that hunter of worn-out defenses in 4-5 receiver sets. A veteran with a thirst for redemption, absolutely. But will his knee hold up under the pressure of a full season? And speaking of veterans, do you think the Commanders are done here? Bill Barnwell from ESPN is shouting for them to sign Keenan Allen, the 6-time Pro Bowler at 33 years old, folks. An old elephant who can teach Jaden Daniels some tricks? Could be. But, at what cost? Allen is no longer the coverage eater of 2023, but 57 open receptions in 2025 are nothing to sneeze at. Imagine McLaurin, Samuel, and Keenan as a trio. Defenses will go nuts. But let me be clear. If Washington signs Allen, it's not for him to be the hero, but to be the silent assassin who exploits broken coverages. And you know who else will be smiling? Jaden Daniels. With Laramie Tunsil protecting his blind side and an arsenal of weapons, who could stop this offense? Now, the big debate, Gallup or Allen? Here's my truth. Gallup is cheap, hungry, and has something to prove. Allen is expensive, smart, but on the edge. What do you prefer, Commanders? A low-risk project or a big name that could blow up in the face of the Eagles? And speaking of Eagles, the NFC East is about to burn. Philadelphia kept their champion, but Washington stood up to them in 2024 and now comes with more firepower. Cliff Kingsbury is still directing the offensive dance, and Daniels is no longer a rookie. Dreaming of the Super Bowl? Me too. But first, management must stay awake. Signing Allen could be the masterstroke, or the mistake that hinders the growth of the young players. And now my question for you. Shout in the comments. Is Michael Gallup the definitive reinforcement? Or should the Commanders go after Keenan Allen despite the risks? Commanders, it's time to decide the future of our team. First, would you bet on Zion Johnson as the key piece of our offense? Or do you see him as too risky a project that could derail the season? Second, imagine the draft in your hands. Would you spend a pick on Brooks to strengthen the backfield? Or would you prefer to use that resource to reinforce the defensive line or find an explosive receiver? Your strategy could define the team's direction. And here's the hot debate. Do you think Michael Gallup is the definitive reinforcement to support Daniels? Or should we take a risk and go after Keenan Allen, despite his injury history? I want to read your shouts in the comments. If you want to be part of these decisions and live every update of the Commanders, join the family. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell, and don't miss any analysis. Together, we're building the golden era of this team. Comment your answers, debate with passion, and see you in the next video. And remember, hail to the Redskins!